Hey YouTube, this is my video review of the Samsung Galaxy Note. It should be released sometime this week on all the major Canadian carriers depending on which one you're on. My full review is on Simpatico, but I just want to do a video review to show off some things that are better explained visually. So first off, it's just the size of the device. It's got a massive 5.3 inch 1280 by 800 Super AMOLED display. It does use a pentile display, but because of the high pixel density, 285 pixels per inch, you won't notice any graininess in videos or picture playback, so no issues there. Just comparing it size-wise with my Xperia Arc S. So, screens. It is a pretty thin device, and there's no bump like in the Samsung S2. Comparing it with an iPhone 4S. It is much thinner than an iPhone 4S, but as you can see how much bigger it is and how much wider it is. Weight-wise, it's very evenly distributed. It's 179 grams. It actually feels as light or equivalent to the iPhone because the iPhone's a very dense device. It's 140 grams, but because it's so small, it actually is really heavy, especially compared to the Arc. Just some basic specs. It's a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor, Bluetooth 3.0, 802.11a, b, g, and n, so both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It's got NFC support. Here's the antenna in the case. And for the modem, it's an LTE modem, so very fast speeds. Uh, 14 megs, 9 megs, 6 megs, depending on where you are, if you have LTE coverage. The big thing everyone wants to know is battery life. It's got that giant screen, but you've got a massive 2,500 milliamp battery. So I could get, in my week and a half with it, I could get a whole day out of it depending on what I was doing. LTE does drain battery faster than HSPA, so more LTE usage will drain the battery faster, unfortunately. For cameras, you've got an 8 megapixel camera in the rear, 1080p video, 2 megapixel front-facing camera for Skype, Google Talk, taking photos, etc. Camera performance is decent for any smartphone, decent low light, just a regular camera or that you'd expect from Samsung. Samsung does have the TouchWiz interface on it, their special skin. The one thing I really don't like is you can't customize any of these bottom buttons. You can't remove them or change them. When you're in the app drawer, however, you can change the app drawer, so you can rearrange your icons, change the style, etc. Some other Samsung specific things they've done to the phone. Because it's such a big phone, they want you to be able to use it and use your fingers on it. So you've got motion. You've got tilt to zoom, where you can actually tilt the device to zoom in and out of web pages. Pan to edit, so pan and move around your icons. As well, you can shake to connect to Bluetooth devices. You can also flip it over, screen down, to mute any calls or notifications. The big thing that makes this phone unique is the S Pen. So this is a electromagnetic resonance pen. It's not a capacitive pen like the $10 or $15 pens or capacitive gloves you can buy. So it doesn't work on other phones. It's the same as a graphics tablet pen. So if you have one of those Wacom graphics tablets, it's the same technology. The feature that electromagnetic resonance gives it is pressure sensitivity. If you press harder, you can draw thicker lines. If you press lighter, then you'll get lighter lines. At the Samsung press event, they had artists drawing images as well as caricatures. So that's Simon Cohen, my editor at Simpatico, and these are just some other images. Samsung bundles a bunch of apps to let you use the pen immediately. So you've got S-Memo, you've got a photo editor where you can use the pen, as well as Diary, a game that Crayola Physics where you're actually drawing things, as well as note and memo programs. Anywhere you have a keyboard, you can swap it over to text recognition. So Hello. And it recognizes both print as well as script. The text recognition isn't context sensitive though, so it doesn't understand grammar, it doesn't predict any of that. And there are other videos on YouTube showing users using the native language, which is Korean, and the character recognition in Korean is a lot better than in English. So hopefully Samsung does edit that and improve that. Again, this is not a capacitive pen, so you can't actually use it on the capacitive buttons at the bottom here. However, when you're using the pen, Samsung does disable the screen. So if I'm in a memo and I'm drawing, you don't have to worry about your fingers inputting into the screen. So you can hold it here and still use the pen properly. Just going to delete that. Just going to exit out of that, sorry. The last notable thing is the native video player supports MKV playback, both 720 and 1080p video. As well, the micro USB port supports MHL, so you can plug it in full HDMI out to your TV or monitor with 5.1 surround sound. Other than that, pretty much the deciding factor if someone's going to consider this phone is the size. If you can get over how big it is, if you like having this device that's sort of in between a tablet, bigger than a phone but not as big as a tablet, then that's the reason to get this phone. Performance wise, no complaints, no lag anywhere thanks to the dual core processor. Here's the sync page, there's the tilt. In this part of the video I just want to show MHL playback. If you don't know what an MHL adapter is, just watch my other video where I explain what it is and how to use one. So right now it's plugged into the Samsung Galaxy Note, and as you can see it's outputting to my 55-inch screen. Just going to unlock. Unfortunately, unlike the Sony Ericsson phones, when you plug into your TV, the launcher is still portrait, it doesn't go landscape. However, if you're in an application that supports landscape, it will fill the screen when you go into landscape mode. And the screen is only 720p, but the signal that it outputs over HDMI is 1080p at 24 frames full HD. Okay, I'm just going to pull up a video application. So video. We'll start off with some of Samsung's built-in clips.
Guys, I'm so amped I could stay here for 3 weeks.
9 hours down, and we're almost in the door. I think 2 people just left.
Why would they be leaving when we're only 9 hours away?
Yeah, I mean, this is an event.
Uh-oh. Blogs are saying the battery looks sketchy.
You know, if it looks the same, how will people know I upgraded?
4G? Is it 4G?
It doesn't say.
Whoa. What you got there?
Not sure.
What is that? Guys, whoa. Hey, bro, can we see your phone?
Sure.
Can I see it with my hands?
Have you seen this thing?
Oh, check out the screen. This thing is huge.
It's pretty massive. And it's got 4G speed.
It's magnificent.
Samsung.
Samsung? That's a Samsung.
Yeah.
I could never get a Samsung. I'm creative.
Dude, you're a barista.
Why don't you guys just get 4G phones?
Why don't you just get a 4G phone?
Yeah, it's a Galaxy S2. This phone is amazing.
Okay. Now I'm just going to play back some 720p media clips. Unfortunately, my home theater isn't set up to receive HDMI audio, not over optical, so I can't demonstrate the 5.1 playback, but my TV will do stereo. So.
Do an exercise test, see if you can get him to go back to BZ again.
We can end up causing another cardiac arrest.
Hopefully. I won't set it off.
You mean just that?
So that's 720p. It will decode 1080p as well as output 5.1 audio. But the phone itself can't decode it. It'll decode when it gets into your receiver. As well, if you plug in earphones onto the phone itself, the phone will virtualize 5.1 surround sound through a stereo headset. And that's that's MHL HDMI playback on the Galaxy Note. Any questions? Just message me in the comments. I won't have the phone after tomorrow, but I'll answer any questions based on on my time with the phone.